If you ask an AI a question, clear the chat, and ask the exact same question again, you will often get a slightly different answer. It might use a different adjective. It might structure the paragraph differently. But why? If an AI is just math running on a computer, shouldn't the same input always produce the exact same output? The reason it doesn't is primarily because of a single setting called temperature. And understanding how temperature works is the key to understanding how an AI balances being predictable with being creative. To understand temperature, we have to look at the moment just before the AI chooses a word. Let's say the sentence is, "The cat sat on the." At this microscopic moment, the AI hasn't actually picked a word yet. Instead, it has calculated a raw score for every single word in its vocabulary. The word mat might have a very high score. Rug might have a slightly lower score. Asteroid will have a very low score. These raw scores are called logits. You can picture them as a landscape of bar charts. If the AI just wanted to be as precise as possible, it would always pick the tallest bar. 100% of the time. But doing that makes the AI sound robotic, repetitive, and boring. Instead, the AI takes these scores and turns them into probabilities. Think of it like a roulette wheel. The tallest bar gets the biggest slice of the wheel. The shorter bars get smaller slices. Then, the AI spins the wheel. Usually, the marble lands on the biggest slice. But sometimes, it lands on a smaller slice. That element of mathematical chance is where the creativity comes from. This is what happens at a default temperature of 1. But what if you are asking the AI to write computer code, or solve a math problem? You don't want it to be creative with the syntax. You want the most likely, most correct answer. This is where you turn the temperature down. When you lower the temperature, say, to 0.2, the math effectively freezes the distribution. It sharpens the differences between the scores. The big slices get huge. The small slices shrink to almost nothing. If you turn the temperature all the way down to 0, the wheel disappears entirely. The AI just picks the biggest slice every single time. It becomes a perfectly deterministic machine. Conversely, what if you want the AI to brainstorm weird, novel ideas? You turn the temperature up. When you raise the temperature, say, to 1.5, the math melts or flattens the distribution. The differences between the scores matter less. The huge slice shrinks. The tiny slices grow. Words that the AI normally wouldn't consider suddenly have a real chance of being picked. The answers become surprising, poetic, and eventually, if you turn it too high, complete nonsense. Now, temperature isn't the asterisk-only asterisk dial. Advanced systems use other filters, like top P, to chop off the completely ridiculous answers before the wheel even spins. But temperature is the master dial that controls the shape of the wheel. A high temperature flattens the landscape, making the unlikely possible. A low temperature sharpens the peak, making the likely inevitable. Most default settings sit around 0.7, a careful compromise that leaves the wheel heavily weighted toward making sense, while leaving just enough room for a little bit of surprise.